Hello there, I'm going to do a video on the tankless hot water heater. As you can see, I have this unit here, and this unit produces endless hot water. And I had this unit for about 2 years, and it works just fine. So you can see the venting up here. I'll show you some of the venting. This here is the exhaust, and this here is the intake. No, this unit here has 175,000 BTU. So, as you can see, right now the unit is running because somebody's using it. Right, it's on. So it's set at 116 degrees. This is the correct temperature. You don't want it more hotter than this, otherwise you burn your hand, and you have small children in the house. The way this valve works, you have the cold water that comes into here and goes into the unit, and it gets boiled by a boiler that's inside here, and then it comes back out as hot water to here with another valve that's here. Now these two ports here are the cleaning ports. So when the unit is off, you close this, and then you open these two valves, and you put a pump with another hose and some vinegar, and the vinegar is going to travel through here into the bucket, and it recirculates. Now this unit here, if you connect it on its own, what happens is you get cold water first, and then you get cold water first that comes out through the pipe, and then you get the hot water. Now every time you turn off the pipe, the hot water stops, and then the cold water starts back again. So in order to solve that problem, I put in a small tank, small electric tank, which is this tank right here. This is a electric tank. It runs 120 volt. So the wire comes out to here, and then it gets plugged in to here. I put a switch. This is a cutoff switch. So this is how the water runs. The cold water comes into here. It goes into the tankless. Then it comes back out as hot water. And the hot water goes down into the cold water side of this small tank. And then it comes out of the hot water side, and then it goes to the rest of the house. Now for the faucets outside, I did run a line so I can get hot water outside for the swimming pool. This is the cold water, and this is the hot water. And this is the mixing valve. So what you do, right now the water coming out of here is cold. So when you open this, you're going to give it 8 turns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you give it 8 turns, and now this water that comes out here, this water goes into the 2 faucets that I have located outside. If you want hot water outside, you just turn on the faucet, and this pipe here will give you the hot water. So because we're not using it right now, you can close it. The only time you actually use this is when you want to fill up the pool. Let's look at the gas line. Something I have to tell you about the gas line. Okay. So let's start back. Let's go back to where the main gas line is. Okay. If you look there, you can see that this pipe here, this one here, is the one for the tankless. As you can see, the size of the pipe is pretty big. It's about 1 1/4 inch. And then I reduced it to about 1 inch. As you can see right here, it says 1 inch. And these pipes were cut and thread by a rigid threading machine that I had in here. So it runs down straight to here, and then I reduced it down to a 3/4 inch, and you put a valve in here, and you run it up here like this with. So this is a typical hookup. So this here allows you to lock it into the unit. Now, the reason why that we use such a big pipe is because of gas flow. You see, this unit draws 175,000 BTUs, so it pulls a lot of gas very quickly. So you need a bigger pipe, like how this pipe is sized up. So if you don't use a bigger pipe, what happens is that this unit here is going to show a code and it's going to turn off. When that happens, you get no hot water to the unit. So which means you don't have any hot water. So what you have to do, you have to reset it. So you just press reset and it resets the unit. If you don't use the right size gas pipe, the code here will always come on and you always have problems with the unit. Now let's take a look back at this small tank. Okay, the reason I use this small tank is because when I'm shaving, I have to run this unit at full blast in order to get the hot water from it. Because if you run the water from the pipe very slowly, then the unit is not going to come on. Let me give you a demonstration. Let's walk over here. Okay, here we are. We're at the sink here, the bathroom sink, and we're going to turn this on very slowly. Right, we're going to pretend that we're going to be shaving, right? So usually when you shave, you want the water to come slowly, like this. So then when you shave, this would be the right speed for the water. You don't want it to come so fast, but then you're going to be wasting the water, right? So now I have this on, and let's go back to the unit. If you notice, the unit is not on. So what does that mean? It means that they're not going to get any hot water, right? So let's turn on the faucet. Let's turn on the water speed, right? Turn on the water a little more higher. Let's go back over here. Okay, we're back at the sink now. It's going to turn on a little bit faster. You should hear the tank come on. Okay, we turn it on, and as you can see, finally the unit comes on. You see? So now you're going to get hot water. But if you look at the water flow, look how fast this water is coming. Look, you see, you get the hot water, but look how fast it's coming. You see, you don't want this kind of speed, so you end up turning it down like this, right? So now when you turn it down like this now, because you don't want to waste out the water, this is what happens when you turn it at this speed. Look, you see, the tank shut off, which means that that water that's coming out of there, which is warm now, is going to get cold. And when you try to shave, you'll be shaving with cold water. Let's turn off the water. Okay. Now, to solve that problem, it sounds very technical, but actually, it's a very simple way of solving the problem with these tankless units. So most people that have these tankless units, they either take it out and put in back a regular tank, like this one here. This is a regular tank. This is a 40 gallon tank, which is standard in everybody's house, so they give up on the tankless. So in order to make this unit work efficiently, I put in this small tank. I talked about it earlier, and I'm going to give you a demonstration of how this small tank works. Let's go back to the faucet. Okay, I'm here at the faucet. Now, let's pretend we're going to shave again. So, we turn on the water very slowly, like this, right? And you're going to need a shaving cream for demonstration purposes, right? So, we're touching the water now. The water is warm. Right? It's on hot now, so. But if you notice, the water is coming here. The water is hot, right? So this hot water is actually coming now from the small tank. Listen. So that hot water there is coming from this small tank, and the tankless doesn't come on, right? So you can run the water at a low speed. Let's see. Okay, so we still have the water here. It's running, it's running, it's running, right? So it's running very slowly, which is what you want, right? You don't want a high flowing, wasting out the water. You don't want that. You want the water to be nice and slow when you wash off the shaver here. It's running, it's running. So this water here is not going to get cold. And the tankless is not on. So it means you can properly shave your face. You can wash your hands without turning on the faucet at full blast. And once you turn it on, you're wasting out all the water just to get the hot water.